Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Zoho CRM lead from Webhook response and add data in Google Sheets. So here my objective is that as soon as we're going to receive a Webhook response in our Pabbly Connect, and how we're going to receive a Webhook response. So suppose you're using an application that is not natively integrated with Pabbly Connect. So to create the connection between the application and Pabbly Connect, we are going to be using Webhook by Pabbly. So as you're going to receive the response, the Webhook response with the help of Webhook by Pabbly, automatically with the help of the response, a lead should be created in our Zoho CRM account. And as soon as the new lead is going to be created in our Zoho CRM account, automatically the details of that lead should be added into our Google Sheets. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn how to do this automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to create Zoho CRM lead from Webhook response and add data in Google Sheets. So I am an owner of a business and I collect the details of my leads with the help of form submission. So my objective is that as soon as a Webhook response is going to be captured by Pabbly Connect, automatically with the help of the details of the response, a lead should be created in my Zoho CRM account. And as soon as a lead is going to be created, automatically the details of that lead should be transferred into my Google Sheets. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so on the screen you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign in to my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. Then a new dialog box is going to appear, which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as Create Zoho CRM lead from Webhook response and add data in Google Sheets. Okay, so this is the name of my workflow right over here. Next, over here it is asking for us to select a folder. On the left side of my screen, you can see I have created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down arrow, and from these folders we are going to select Zoho CRM automations as the folder we want to save this workflow in. After giving a name to our workflow and selecting the folder, let's click on create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Create Zoho CRM lead from Webhook response and add data in Google Sheets, and there are 2 windows in front of you. Over here, one says trigger, other says action. Trigger and action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process, because our process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, what we are going to do is we're going to set up our trigger step. For that, click on this arrow right over here. And with the trigger application over here, we are going to select it as Webhook. We are selecting our trigger application as Webhook by Pabbly because with the help of Webhook by Pabbly, all the applications which is not directly integrated to Pabbly Connect, we can create a bridge between those applications and Pabbly Connect with the help of Webhook by Pabbly. Okay, and with the trigger event over here, we're going to select it as Catch Webhook Recommended right over here. After that, you can see over here Pabbly Connect has provided us with a Webhook URL. With the help of this unique Webhook URL, we are going to connect the application which is not directly integrated to Pabbly Connect with the help of this URL. So I'm going to copy this unique URL from here. After that, we have to follow the steps given here below in the help desk in order to connect Webhook by Pabbly with the application. Okay. So as I've copied the URL, the application that I'm going to use to collect my Webhook response is going to be JotForm. Okay, with the help of JotForm, we are going to receive Webhook response. But as JotForm and Pabbly Connect is already integrated, I'm just using JotForm as an example to have the Webhook response. Okay, so we are now going to connect this JotForm with Pabbly Connect with the help of Webhook by Pabbly. So firstly, what we have to do is we have to open the form that I've created. So as you can see, this is the form that I've created. Then we have to click on settings right over here. As soon as we have to click on settings, options are going to be available on the left side of your screen, from which you have to click on integrations. As soon as you have to click on integrations, over here search bar is present, on which you have to search for Webhooks. So we're going to search for Webhooks. Over here you can see it says Webhooks. We're going to select it. So you can see Webhook page is then going to appear, which is asking for us to what Webhook do you want to add. So I'm going to paste the Webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us right over here. And then we have to click on complete integration. As you can see that you successfully created your integration is mentioned right over here. That means the Webhook is successfully added. So I'm going to click on finish right over here. You can see a Webhook is successfully added right over here. So I'm going to take you back to my workflow right over here. It is saying waiting for Webhook response. So now what we are going to do is we are going to do a test submission with the help of the form that we have created with the help of JotForm, and we're going to check whether Webhook response is captured in our Pabbly Connect or not. For that I'm going to open my form that I've created. As you can see, this is the form that I've created right over here, and we're going to do a test submission of this form. For that, click on publish and open a new tab right over here. So this is the form that I've created, and by filling the form and submitting it, we are going to do a test submission. Firstly, over here it is asking for the name. For the name over here, I'm going to write it as Smart. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as Demo. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as smartdemo@pabblytunes.com. For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. So after filling all the details, I'm going to click on submit to do a test submission. As you can see over it says so submission has been received. So now I'm going to open my workflow that I've created, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the Webhook response or not. For that, I'm going to open my workflow and I'm going to scroll down, and yes, as you can see right over here, response is captured in our Pabbly Connect account. If you're going to tally the response for the first name as Smart, last name as Demo, email as smartdemo@pabblytunes.com, for the phone number, dummy mobile number, and all the other details. So this means that we successfully connected Webhook by Pabbly. Okay, after that what we are going to do is, as a new lead is generated with the help of form submission, we want to create that lead into our Zoho CRM account. So now what we are going to do is we are going to set up our action step by clicking on this arrow right over here, and for the action application over here, we are going to select it as Zoho CRM. We are going to select our action application as Zoho CRM, and for the action rate, we are going to select it as insert or update record, and then we are going to click on connect right over here. A new window is then going to appear, on which click on add new connection, but if you want, you can select the existing connection. After that, click on connect with Zoho CRM. Over here it is asking for the domain, from where are we going to have the domain of our Zoho CRM account. If you are going to open our Zoho CRM account, you can see this is my Zoho CRM account right over here, and in this URL right over here, you can see it says zoho.in. You can see this is zoho.in, so this is the domain right over here. So I'm going to copy this domain from here, and I'm going to paste the domain right over here, and then I'm going to click on save right over here. As soon as you're going to do that, a new window is then going to appear, which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on accept. As this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect, so I'm going to click on accept right over here. As you can see that we successfully authorized Zoho CRM with Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, next it is asking for the module name, and for creating a lead, we are going to create a contact in our Zoho CRM account. So for the module name, we are going to select it as contacts. Okay. As I've selected contacts over here, it is asking for all these details. So now what I want to tell you is that as a new lead is going to be generated, what can happen is there are two situations. Whether the lead that is generated by my customers can be the new potential customers for my business, or they can be the existing contacts that are already created in my Zoho CRM account. Okay, so that is why for the action application over here, I've selected as insert or update record. So if the contact has been already created in my Zoho CRM account, so the contact is then going to be updated. But whether the contact is new, whether the lead is generated by new potential customers and they have generated the lead, then a new contact is going to be created in my Zoho CRM account. Okay, so that is why for the action event over here, I've selected as insert/update record. Okay, next over here it is asking for the layout. For the layout over here, I'm going to select it as standard. Okay, it is asking for the pipeline name. I don't have the pipeline name, so I'm going to move forward, but if you have the pipeline name, you can enter it over here. Okay, next over here it is asking for the duplicate check fields. So what I was telling you previously, that if the contact is already created in my Zoho CRM account, then a contact will not be duplicated with the help of this field. Okay, and how we're going to do that? For checking whether the contact which is going to be created is duplicate or not, we are going to search it with the help of the email, as you can see right over here, with the help of the email, because if a contact names are similar but the emails are going to be different. Okay, because emails are always unique addresses. So what we're going to do is, for the duplicate field right over here, I'm going to select it as email right over here, so that whenever a new contact is going to be created, and if the contact is already existing in my Zoho CRM account, it is going to check with the help of the email email of the contact, okay, whether the email is unique or not, okay. Next, it is asking for the record image, contact owner. I don't have these fields, so I'm going to skip the part. It is asking for the lead source. If you have the lead source, you can select a lead source from here. I'm going to select it as none. Okay, next over here it is asking for the first name. For the first name over here, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we are going to insert the data from the previous step of this automation process. And how we're going to map the data? For that, click on this field right over here. As soon as you're going to do that, you can see this is the previous step of this automation process, that is Webhook by Pabbly Catch Webhook recommended. If I'm going to click on this arrow, this was the same response that was captured in our previous step. As over here it is asking for the first name, so for over here I'm going to map the data for the first name right over here, okay. As I map the data right over here, what happens is the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically in place of this mapped data, the new data is going to be updated. Over here next it is asking for the last name, so we are going to map the data for the last name right over here, okay. Next it is asking for the account name. I don't require this field, so I'm going to skip the part. Next it is asking for the email, so we're going to map the data of the email that we have received in our previous steps. So I'm going to map the data. Next it is asking for the title, department. I don't have these fields, phone number and all the other details. It is asking for the mobile number right over here, so I'm going to map the data of the mobile number right over here. So I'm going to map the data, and it is asking for all the other fields, so I don't require all of them, so I'm going to skip the part, okay. And then I'm going to click on save and send test request. As you can see that over here a response is received, and the response that we have received is a positive response right over here, okay. So as over here it says the record is added, and the lead that I've generated was not an existing contact in my Zoho CRM account. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Zoho CRM account, and I'm going to check whether a contact with the name of Smart Demo is created in my Zoho CRM account or not. For that I'm going to open my Zoho CRM account. So these are the contacts, existing contacts in my Zoho CRM account. I'm going to now refresh the page. So as the lead that was generated by the customers was not the existing contact in my Zoho CRM account, over here you can see a new contact is created in my Zoho CRM account. So this is the contact that is created, and for the name of the contact it says Smart Demo, okay. For the email as smartdemo@pabblytunes.com. For the phone number, the dummy mobile number. So this means that we successfully created a new lead in our Zoho CRM account, as you can see right over here, with the help of our webhook response. And as our objective was that as soon as a new lead is going to be created in our Zoho CRM account, we want to add the details of that lead in our Google Sheets. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our action step in this workflow by clicking on this plus button right over here. And for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. For the action application, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. And for the action event as add new row, because we want to now add the data of the new lead that is generated in our Zoho CRM account in our Google Sheet. So I'm going to click on connect next after selecting our trigger application and the event. A new window is then going to appear which is asking for a connection. I'm going to click on add new connection, but if you want you can select the existing connection, then click on sign in with Google. As soon as you go to click on sign in with Google, a new window is then going to appear in front of you which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on allow, as is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on allow right over here. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, it is asking for us to select a spreadsheet. So I have created a spreadsheet in my Google Sheets in the name of Zoho CRM Lead Details. So what we're going to do is for the spreadsheet over here, we're going to select it as Zoho CRM Lead Details. We're going to select the spreadsheet in which we want to add the data of our leads into. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet that I've created, and I want that whenever a new lead is going to be generated in our Zoho CRM account, automatically the data of that lead should be transferred in this spreadsheet right over here. Okay, next it is asking for us to select a sheet. So I have created a single sheet in the name of sheet 1, as you can see right over here. So for the sheet over here, I'm going to select it as sheet 1. Okay, next over here it is asking for the first name right over here. We're going to map the data of the first name right over here. So I'm going to map the data for the first name. Next it is asking for the last name. We're going to map the data for the last name right over here. It is asking for the email, so we're going to map the data for the email right over here. Next it is asking for the phone number, so we're going to map the data of the phone number right over here. After filling all the details, we're going to click on save and send test request. As soon as you go to click on save and send test request, the response is going to be received, and the response that we have received is a positive response. So now I'm going to open my spreadsheet that I've created with the help of Google Sheets, and I'm going to check whether the details of the lead that has been generated in our Zoho CRM account is added in my spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to open my spreadsheet that I've created. And yes, as you can see right over here, the details of the lead that is generated is successfully added in my spreadsheet right over here. So this means that we successfully created an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate another test lead with the help of JotForm. I'm going to check whether the lead is successfully added in a Zoho CRM account and the details of that lead is successfully added in a Google Sheets or not. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another test submission. For that, what we have to do is this is the form that I've created. I have to click on publish and then open a new tab right over here to do a test submission. So this is the form that I've created right over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the details of the existing contact that has already been created in my Zoho CRM account to do a test form submission, and I'm going to check whether the contact is created again in this account or not, and I'm going to check whether the details of the lead is added in my Google Sheets or not. Okay, so for the contact details, I'm going to use the contact details right over here. You can see, so I'm going to use the same details right over here. Okay, so if we are going to do a test submission of the form by filling the form right over here, for the name over here, I'm going to write it as dummy. Okay, then for the last name over here, I'm going to write it as account 01. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as dummy account 01@pabblytuts.com, and for the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. Okay, so this is the existing contact in my Zoho CRM. You can see this is the contact details that I have entered. Okay, and I'm going to do a test submission of this contact right over here. I'm going to click on submit to do a test submission. Over here it says the submission has been received. So now I'm going to open my Zoho CRM account first, and I'm going to check whether the contact is successfully created or not. For that, I'm going to open my Zoho CRM account. I'm going to refresh the page now. As you can see right over here, the contact is not again created because as I've used the existing contact details right over here. So this was the contact details that I've used to do a form submission. And now I'm going to open my Google Sheets and I'm going to check whether the details of the lead that is generated with the help of JotForm is successfully added to my Google Sheets or not. For that, I'm going to open, and yes, as you can see right over here, the details of the new lead that has been generated is successfully added in my spreadsheet right over here. So this means that we successfully created an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a business and I am collecting the details of my leads with the help of form submission. So my objective is that as soon as I'm going to receive a webhook response in my Pabbly Connect workflow, automatically with the help of the response, a lead should be created in my Zoho CRM account, and as soon as the lead is going to be created, automatically the details of that lead should be added in my Google Sheets. For that, what I've done is I've simply created an automation between all these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect, and this is how we create an automation between these applications right over here. So if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.